We have looked at the intuitive idea of limits, and most of our approach was depending on that. Now let us move more rigorous and how to define a precise definition for the limit. To understand this, just consider the function y equals f of x, which is given by 3x. So if I'm looking at the limits, that is the limit of this function as x is nearing 2 is going to be limit of 3x as x tending to 2. It's a polynomial function. Obviously, the limit is going to be given by the substitution. So you are going to get 6. So 6 is the limit for this function as it approaches towards 2. So what does it mean actually? It means you go nearer to 2. That should imply f of x values, that is your 3x actually. This is nearing towards 6. Nearing towards, how will you explain? Nearing towards means, see, x nearing to 2 means x and 2 are very near to each other. It just means there is no difference. The difference is going to be a distance from x and 2 is going to be tending towards 0, which means in an if we are using the absolute value function in terms of the distances, precisely it says if I am looking at mod x minus 2, there is a distance between x and 2. If I am allowing this value to 0, it says that this distance is negligibly small. In that situation, what I am going to get is the implication as the distance between the functional values and 6, the number 6 is going to be, it's going to tending to 0. That is what I wanted to say. This actually goes to 0. So by, but you have to remember that while evaluating the limit, it's not necessary that x should be even defined at 2. So you are approaching to 2. You never say that x is equal to 2. So how to avoid that? This is not going, you are not going to allow it as 0. So it's a modulus of a function. It's always non-negative. Here in particular, you are not at all concerned x not equal to 2. See, always mod a is greater than or equal to 0. If a is different from 0, this is strict. Just use that fact. So mod x minus 2, you allowed to tend to 0, but remembering that x is never going to be 2, which says you are avoiding not equal to 0. So in another hand, you can rewrite it as whenever 0 less than mod x minus 2, mod x minus 2 is strictly positive, that only it means, and you are making it negligibly small, right? This will give us the functional value f of x and the value 6, the distance is tending to 0 or approaching to 0. This is what we are expecting. So still more you have to talk about how you make this possible. See, the geometrically what you are doing is you are working on 2, the point 2. At 2, we are not looking at what is the limit, the evaluation is. We are not concerned about the valuation, but we know that L is going to be 6. The limit as this function approaches towards 2 means this x is nearing 2, either from left or right, you are going to have nearness towards 6 is catched upon. This is what you wanted to say. So how to make it more precise? This is just vague. Tending to 0, again tending to 0 for the functional values. So suppose you wanted to make this x minus to see, for example, this functional value, some tolerance. For example, if I wanted to make this f of x minus 6 to be less than 1, for example, precisely, then what should I do? If I am making 0.1 next, then what I have to do? Such questions will be the more precise way of answering the things. To be more clear, see, this actually what we need is modulus of f of x minus 6. I wanted to make it less than 1. Is it possible? That is the question. So this has to guarantee that I can preferably say some tolerance level, or I can say that if you are coming, see, some proximity around of 6 is given, then you can, from the graph, it is very easy. If you are looking at values from here, see, for example, if you are working inside this neighborhood, you have to say that is the the proximity or nearness towards 2 will exactly map down to this distance. It won't go beyond this or beyond this. So that is what you are trying to look at. So suppose I am giving 1 as the tolerance here. What should be the nearness I have to suggest for x minus 2? I mod x minus 2 should be less than something I have to say. By making near to 2, I am sure that f of x values are going to be nearing towards 6. So if it is prescribed that I have to make this as 1 less than 1, what should be the preference here? That is what is the question. So how will you find out? See, just look at mod x minus f of x minus 6. It means this is actually 3x. So modulus of 3x minus 6, I have to make it 1. So which means rewriting it, modulus of 3x minus 6, I can rewrite it as 3, taking it out, I will get modulus of x minus 2. What I wanted is this I have to make it less than 1, which means I have to make 3 into mod x minus 2 is less than 1, which directly says mod x minus 2 is less than 1 by 3. So what you can recap it. Suppose I am making x minus 2 less than 1 by 3. That is those points x in the domain for which the distance from 2, either from right or from left, if I am making it is less than 1 by 3, then this will recapture here, and ideally I will be getting f of x is less than going to be less than 1. Just substitution back, it will give this tolerance level I can. So if I am making this condition 0 less than mod x minus 2 less than 1 by 3, I will definitely going to get mod f of x minus 6 is going to be less than 1. There is no speciality for 1. Suppose I wanted to make it less than 0.1. It is very near now. That is around 6. I am just looking at a 0.1 level of proximity or nearness. What shall I do? I have to prefer appropriately some distance from here, from 2. That is what I am going to search. So to find out that, once again, see, if it is 0.1 here, the whole thing can be replaced like this, and I will get 0.1 by 3, which means 1 by 10 into 3, that is, which is equal to 1 by 30. So if I am making mod x minus 2 less than 1 by 30, I am sure that this value is going to be less than 0.1. If I wanted to make this 0.01, appropriately I have to make it here. So I will be getting like this, which makes 1 by 300. So this is how. But as much as close as you want to go nearer and nearer to 6, that is possible by making this x minus 2. You can actually evaluate it like this, given this condition. So that is what the idea, the precise idea, what you have to give it as a definition. So this says that go nearer to 2, f of x is nearing to 6. More precisely, if you are supply any positive number for here, 0.1 or 0.01 or 0.001, or in general, if you are using our mathematical language, more precise mathematical language, give me some tolerance level. I mean, I am not allowing going to the distance I have to make it in between that. So just give me any epsilon, I may cause a positive number. Some number, maybe 0.1, 0.01, anything like that, any positive number is given. Given this, what I am going to ask now is nothing other than that. I have to find another positive number delta, which is positive, such that when this part, that is mod 0 less than mod x minus 2 less than delta, will guarantee me f of x and my 6 is going to be in the tolerance level less than epsilon. This is what I am expecting. So this is going to be the definition of the precise way of explaining the things. It is not merely for this function, any function you can talk about like that. In this situation, it comes like that. That's all. That is, if in our situation f of x is 3x. So given the, more precisely, given any epsilon positive, there exists, we can find a delta, again a positive number, such that if you are inside the neighboring level of 2, which means whenever 0 less than mod x minus 2 is less than that delta, it will guarantee, this implies modulus of f of x, that is 3x here, f of x minus 6 is going to be less than epsilon. I will get this. Some more terminology about this you have to look at. See here, the distance between x and 2, which means, see, you look at 2. So this says that mod x minus 2 is less than delta. So you have the freedom to select x nearing to a, either from right or from left. 2 units you can allow to the right. Sorry, delta unit you can see. How will you explore this? If you want to explore this, this is equivalently written as your x minus 2 will vary from minus delta to plus delta. Whatever, if it is 1 means 1, minus 1 and plus 1 it lies. If you are just exploding the modulus, if you just, the equivalent condition is something like that. See, mod x is less than k. This is, if you don't want this modulus signature, this is equivalently x is in between minus k and plus k. Just write that. So mod x minus 2 less than delta, if and only if minus delta less than x minus 2 less than delta. This precisely says, just adding 2 everywhere, 2 minus delta less than x less than 2 plus delta. So ideally, wherever 2 is, a distance of up to 2 delta you can move through this, which means 2 plus delta. This is the delta. You can move to the left side to get 2 minus delta also. So whenever you are saying that your point is x is in a nearness of 2 right and left about 2 delta, then your point x is in between this 2 minus delta and 2 plus delta, in between that your x should be. So satisfying this condition means such an x will be either on this side or on this side, that is minus 2 minus delta to up to 2 plus delta. Very similarly, if this mod f of x minus 6 less than epsilon, it simply means that you look at 6 on the real line, but it is the vertical side you are going to get in the graph. This is the x-axis side, this is the y-axis side you are going to get. So around 6, that is, you can select an interval containing 6. So you have freedom to move right side 6 plus epsilon, left side 6 minus epsilon. That is what is the meaning of your f of x values here. So f of x may be here or here or here or anywhere. It should be then the distance of f of x and 6 should be up to this epsilon unit. That is what it says. So more precisely, in the graph, if you are looking at, the delta neighborhood is of 2 is something like, this is 2 minus delta and this fellow is 2 plus delta. And epsilon neighborhood is somewhere here, it is given by 6 minus epsilon, 6 plus epsilon. So the precise way of defining the limit is nothing other than that, given with this distance, you are trying to find out a delta level, a nearness level here, which actually pushes our functional evaluation inside that epsilon interval, epsilon neighborhood, I guess, not interval actually. It is 6 centered and epsilon up and down in the y level. Here it is a left and right level in the delta level. That's all. Your prescription data. So we are in a stage of defining or giving a very precise definition of a limit. Definition says, start with any function f of x, y equals f of x. Obviously, the condition is at a we are not compelling that it should be defined at all. Now, we wish to say that limit of f of x is L as x is nearing towards a, provided start with or given with any epsilon positive, we should be able to find a positive number delta such that whenever 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta, which means your x's are in the delta proximity of a, which means nearness of a, delta nearness of a, to the right, to the left, about delta. This is an interval containing a, that is this fellow. You are inside here. It just says that x's are inside here. Now, that will guarantee that f values, f of x value, see, for example, if I am taking from here, obviously this will take me somewhere here. So my f of x is in between minus L minus epsilon to L plus epsilon. It's actually here. But this, whatever be that epsilon is supplied, always it is possible to find a delta which gives this condition. Then we say that f of x has the limit L as x tends to a. This is the precise way of defining the limit. So we can have all freedom to look at all the examples and the theorems and even proofs we can supply, whatever we have done. So some easy exercises can be done with, see, for example, constant function or some simple identity function kind of things and all. We can just let us work some of them. See, some exercises are very easy. See, for example, the first exercise, what you are suggesting is the limit of 2x. 2x function is given, x is nearing towards minus 1. That is minus 2. This is a polynomial function. So just substitute the value x equals minus 1. That is going to be the evaluation that we know. But here we are not merely giving that condition application. We have to find out precisely this is aligning with our definition. So what you are asked here to do is some epsilon is given. That is 0.001 is given. Then we have to find a corresponding delta in our definition to say that this limit is going to be minus 2. So idea is nothing other than that. You have to find out given epsilon 0.001, we have to look at or suggest a delta in such a way that modulus of x minus 1, that is x minus a here is x minus minus 1. If you are making it is less than delta, this should guarantee me that the functional values, what are the functional values? That is f of x is that minus 2. This is going to be less than that pre-assigned epsilon, but epsilon here it is 0.001. You can work with any epsilon and you can just substitute what happens for the thing. So try to find out a delta which actually serves this, which actually gives this condition by substitution. So obviously here you will avoid x equals minus 1. So that also you can try it out. So as before, you write down what is f of x, rewrite it, the connection from here you use it, you will find out that. That is what? That is an exercise going to give a very similar but slightly modified manner things you will be getting for root x. Limit of root x as x is nearing to 4 is going to be 2. So here also this is also an exercise. So just try these exercises. But before doing that, one can even look at the third example first. That exercise is something like that. Using the precise definition, prove that limit of c as x is nearing towards a is c. C is a constant function, which means a constant function we know always the limit is c itself, wherever x is nearing towards. So what we need, how to prove this? This is our f of x. F of x is always going to be c. This is our L. So what we wanted to show is that start with any epsilon, whatever be with me, any positive number. Then you should find out delta greater than 0. Depending on this epsilon, you have to find out that in such a way that distance between x and a, that is modulus of x minus a, that you make it less than delta. That will guarantee me modulus of the functional value, that is f of x, here it is c, minus the L is again c, that is going to be less than epsilon. You will avoid this x equals c. This is what it means. But it is quite easy in some sense, because see, f of x is always taking value c, something like 3 or 2 or something. It never changes with x. So just use that. We are given with some positive number. It's not specified whatever it means. Then look at mod f of x. There is a distance between f of x and that L value, which actually says f of x is also coinciding with the c. C minus c you will get. But c minus c is always 0. It won't change. Right? So whatever may be this value, you have to make it like that. So whatever may be the epsilon is supplied for us. Right? You have to find some delta which satisfies that. But whether it is 0.1, 0.001 or 0.0001, it always satisfies this, even without looking what is x is. So x and your nearing point is around a, you are trying it out. X is nearing to a, that you have to find out. What you are actually intended to do is modulus of x minus a, you make it less than something, that delta, usually depending on epsilon. This has to give this inequality. But this inequality is always true for any epsilon. You don't have to look at this particular delta. It's very unanimously you can take. Any delta you can take. You take a delta equals 1 or 3 or 0.1, whatever it may, this side is always true. So it's very easy for a constant function to do that. Anything will do. Even you can take the same epsilon also if you want. Even good examples, this is the easiest example. Constant functions are always going to be the easiest example. One has to work with any situation in calculus. But even one more exercise one can suggestively do is that you look at the identity function, limit of x, I may write, that is identity function. As x is nearing towards some point, obviously it is going to be a. So how will you reform this? A precise way, how will you prove that? You have to prove in this way. Given with any epsilon positive, you have to find delta positive such that whenever mod x minus a, here it is from this side I am looking at, mod x minus a, you are making that delta less than, this has to guarantee that functional value f of x is also x here, that I will write it again, which means x minus a is less than, should be less than epsilon. So this I have to get by preferring this. Obviously I am making away from a. But this is also easy. The preference is easy here. You start with any epsilon here. Ultimately this immediately gives me that same epsilon will work here. So in this particular case, I can select delta as my epsilon. If it is 2 here, here also I can take 2. Just use triviality. If I am giving 0.01, that you can give it here. But what is more important is, one more thing you have to look at. While doing some evaluations, given with an epsilon, you find a delta which satisfies this, means anything less than delta also, once you are selected some delta, anything less than also will do. Right? The same inequality will work out. So this kind of exercise will help us to formally look the precise way of defining the things. Moreover, the whole kind of theorems, see sum of two functions and the limit how it behaves, limit of the sum is sum of their limits. All such things are coming as good consequences of the precise way of defining things. But these two examples, what we have done was simple, and the root function also one can. Now let us work one more example. Limit of x square as x is nearing towards 2, this is going to be 4. So to prove that with the precision of epsilon delta, what we wanted to prove is that given with an epsilon, a positive epsilon, we have to find a delta positive such that whenever 0 less than mod x minus 2 is less than 2, delta, that should imply the condition that mod f of x minus 4, that is x squared minus 4, is less than epsilon. So I have to work from this side and get back the conditions for delta. So mod x square minus 4, you can rewrite it as mod x plus 2 into mod x minus 2, because this separates into x plus 2 into x minus 2, and modulus of AB is mod A mod B. This I wanted to make it less than epsilon. To get that condition, what should be my delta? That is the question. So from the previous experience, we may tempted to say that 1 mod x minus 2, I can rewrite it as epsilon by mod x plus 2. So can we take this as delta? Obviously not, because this delta is going to depend on your x. As x is changing, delta also will change. So that is not asked for. You have to find a positive delta irrespective of x which satisfies such conditions. So this is not going to be the way that one has to do. So how to control our x plus 2 business then? X is varying, right? So keeping it in our mind, we have to control somehow this fellow, mod x plus 2 fellow. But we have to prefer some delta for mod x minus 2 less than delta. Whenever mod x minus 2 is strictly less than delta, this should happen. That is what you are expecting. But once you are finding out a delta, any number smaller than also will do that. So that will make use of. For example, a pre-assigned value. For example, if you are assuming that delta is less than or equal to 1, you assume. That give an imposition on how far mod x plus 2 can go. That you can put it and you can control the whole x minus 2 business. That is what we are trying to do. 1 is not pious. Any number you can do like that. So assume delta is less than or equal to 1. But then the condition actually gives you mod x minus 2, which is less than 1, right? So which gives you, see, this condition together will give us this minus 1 less than my x minus 2, that is mod x minus 2 is less than 1, I have to get is less than or equal to 1. So which means if I am exploding my modulus, this will give you in this situation. So adding 2 everywhere, which gives you 1 less than x less than 3. So as x is varying in between 1 and 3, you can say what about x plus 2 is. So x plus 2 can vary in between 5 and 3. Just adding 2 everywhere, you will be getting this inequality. So x plus 2 can go up to 5 only, which says on this situation mod x plus 2 into mod x minus 2, that I can replace it by, which is I can dominate this by 5. So this may go up to this only. Now we are safe. Now it is easy because this I can make it less than epsilon by making what? 5 times mod x minus 2 is less than epsilon, which gives me mod x minus 2 is less than epsilon by 5. This suggestion is enough for me. If I am making mod x minus 2 is less than epsilon 5, I can control over this side. But pre-assigned I had given my delta is, so it gives a suggestion for here. not exactly epsilon by 5. I have already made an assumption that my delta, this condition holds whenever delta is less than or equal to 1. So what I am going to do is, I will consider this epsilon by 5 and this one and take the minimum. Then both will work. So the next step is, you look at the minimum of this one, already we have done it, and this evaluation we have made it according to this condition, that is epsilon by 5. Just look at which is smaller, that you make it as delta. So you define delta as minimum of these two. So certainly what's going to happen in that situation, the whole quantity mod x square minus 4 is going to be less than epsilon, which is what is required. This is how the proof goes. But as this f of x is making a complexity, our expression and define, I mean, the state where the proof from the first principle also needs techniques according to that. But that can be done. That is that. Given with any epsilon, we can have a delta which satisfy our requirement. That is the only thing. Depending on the problem and the function, it will change the toughness and all. Anyway, so many examples, one can try it out. Examples are exercise, the familiar ones we can try. But before concluding, let us look at how, see for example, our limit theorems. We have all the theorems, something like sum of a limit of the sum, product of the limit of the product, all such things are behaving well. So the first one was limit of the sum is going to be sum of their limits. Limit f of x as x is nearing towards a and g also is given as L and M respectively, then the limit of this sum function is also going to be this. So if somebody wants a rigorous proof, one can do it. See, to prove this part, this is the function f plus g of x, that is what you are going to look at. So how to prove this? Just go through the hints. If you want to prove this statement, these two conditions are given. First two conditions actually gives that some epsilon is given, we have an delta corresponding to this situation as well as this. We have to start with an arbitrary epsilon positive, and this condition, according to this, we need a condition to be satisfied. So what these two conditions allow us, how to attack this problem first of all. See, so we wanted to show this. This side, what we wanted to show, given in an epsilon positive, this is supplied, we have to find a delta. What that delta should be, whenever 0 less than mod x minus a is less than, that is x is nearing towards a, any point. This has to guarantee that modulus of function is a sum function now, f of x plus g of x together will come, and that minus this quantity is minus L minus A, that has to be less than epsilon. That is what we need, right? But this what it says, little bit elaborate manner, this says whenever 0 less than x minus a less than delta, this says modulus of f of x plus g of x minus of all such things, which I can rewrite f of x, this minus L together, then g of x, that M together, let me write it. I will make the combination like that. This quantity I have to make it less than epsilon. That is what I need. But why I am writing like this? See, these two quantities, if they am taking their modulus, this is under control because two conditions are there. Given with any epsilon, I can look at the first limit f of x is going to be L. That condition, what it enables, even with this epsilon, I can find a delta. May I write delta 1, some positive number, because for this I need another delta, such that whenever 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta 1, this should guarantee that modulus of f of x minus L is less than epsilon. Very similarly, the second condition, with the same epsilon, I can work with the delta 2, so that 0 less than mod x minus a is less than delta 2. This will give me that modulus of g of x minus m, that is less than epsilon. These two conditions I will get it. So these two quantities are controllable. So that they are merely the quantities here. How to connect that? You have to use the known inequality for any two real numbers mod A and B. Mod AB is less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. This is the triangle inequality we know. Just you apply for this as A, this fellow as B. So what will happen? This quantity should imply that what you are expecting is this should imply that this I can replace less than. So how can I write? Modulus of this quantity I am trying to write, f of x minus L plus g of x minus m is going to be less than or equal to modulus of f of x minus L plus modulus of g of x minus m. See, this quantity I have control. I can just make it, this is less than epsilon plus epsilon. Actually 2 epsilon will come then, right? So this I can do by making my x minus a is less than delta 1 as well as x minus a is less than, making less than delta 2. So two quantities, so two positive quantities are supplied for me. And two different delta i's, delta 1 and delta 2, it will give something like this. So these two conditions I can make use it here. I wanted to make that this fellow is less than epsilon and epsilon or something like that. So what I can suggest is some, for the calculation and all, instead of given with this epsilon, I can just work with the delta 1, which actually guarantee me something like this. Because once I am doing it epsilon by 2, here I can put epsilon by 2. Here also I can make it something less than. This is possible because for any epsilons, deltas are possible. So just to make it according, once an epsilon is given, epsilon by 2 according to that you give it. Find out delta 1 and delta 2, it satisfies that. But this can be done because you take, once again, you consider delta 1 as well as delta 2. Among these two quantities, again look for a minimum number. Minimum of this delta 1 and delta 2, we will call it as delta. So what will happen if I am just making mod x minus a is less than delta? Then less than delta means it will be less than delta 1 as well as delta 2 certainly. So this condition will guarantee these two conditions, and I will be getting epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2. The entire quantity is less than that. This is actually my epsilon. So I will be getting a condition whenever mod 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta, I can get that modulus of f of x plus g of x minus this L plus m can be made less than epsilon, which actually gives a rigorous proof.